Okay, here we go. So we're going to do this warm up. So the first thing that I want you to do is you're going to come to the floor and you're going to lay on your back. So we're going to do pelvic tilts. We're going to do 6 pelvic tilts. And I want you to think you're going to arch your lower back away from the floor, push your pubic bone away from your rib cage. As you inhale, expand into your belly. And then as you exhale, close and pull your pubic bone back towards your rib cage. Bring your low back towards the floor and exhale fully. We're going to repeat here. Arch your low back, inhale slowly, and exhale, roll back to the low back onto the floor. Inhale on number 3, open and arch your pelvis, roll away. Exhale, close, create a little bit of belly tension. Try to stay relaxed to the butt. Inhale, number 4. Expand through the rib cage, stretch the abdomen, arch the low back. Exhale, 4. Close those ribs, create a little bit of tension to the belly. Inhale gently for number 5, arch your low back away. Pause here, expand through the rib cage. And then exhale, close that low back towards the floor, create a little bit of abdominal tension. Last one here, I want you to inhale big, open the belly, arch the low back, stretch out through the low back and the abdomen, and then exhale, number 6, all the way back down to the floor. After you complete this exhale, relax your body, bring your hands down to the floor. We're going to do floor angels. So with floor angels, I want you to think you're going to keep a little tiny bit of belly tension. You're going to put your hands on the floor. And as you bring your arms over your head, I want you to inhale, keeping just a little bit of tension here to the rib cage. And then exhale, bring your hands back down your sides, create tension through the abdomen, just a little bit of tension, pushing that lower back towards the floor. Trying to maintain this tension with your lower back on the floor. Inhale again, sweeping your arms along the floor, up overhead, trying not to let your ribs arch away from the floor. Try not to let your fingers leave the floor. Pause at the top and make a nice long exhale. 4. Number 2. Pause here, inhale, open overhead. We're going to do, this is number 3. We're going to do 3 more. Stretching that armpit, reach those hands long above you. Exhale, bring your hands back down towards your hips as you create a little bit of the ab tension. Inhale again, number 4, reach your hands up and long, open through those armpits into those shoulder blades. Exhale, back down, letting that pelvis lay on the floor. Inhale for 5. Reach, spread your fingers, reach long, making sure that you're not arching to the back. Take your time, long exhale for number 5 here. Bring your hands all the way back down to the hips. Last one, inhale for number 6. Reach those hands above, pause, exhale back down to the floor. Just a little bit of belly tension. Pause here, relax, take a breath. Laying here in this position, I want you to cross your right ankle over your left knee and then pull your left knee in towards your chest. If reaching up to your thighs causes neck tension or you can't lay your head comfortably on the ground, I'd like you to use something like a yoga belt or hold on to not all the way under your leg, but hold on to the side of your leg or hold on to your top leg. Here, what I want you to think is you're going to use the tension of your left leg to push into your right ankle, and it's going to help stretch your right butt cheek to start, pausing here, and then you're going to breathe a full inhale in this position, a full exhale in this position, and then kick to the ceiling, straighten the left leg, pull the left toe back towards your face, inhale, point your toe away, close your knees, exhale, pause here, inhale up, pushing towards the floor, pushing away from the floor, Pull your toes back towards your face. Pull your left knee into your right ankle. Continue to stretch on the right hip. Point your left toe, bend your left knee back towards the floor. Pause here. Inhale again, kick towards the ceiling. Last one. Flex that toe back towards your knee. Push your heel towards the ceiling. And exhale, slowly bring yourself back down. Both hands and feet back to the floor. Take a breath here. Switch sides. We're going to do the left side. Cross your left ankle over right knee. Bring right knee up off the floor. Lasso with your hands if it's not too far away. Feel the stretch deep in the left hip. Pull your right knee into your left ankle to help increase the tension on your left hip. Pause here. Complete a full inhale. And pause. Now create a full exhale. Sigh all of that air out. Pause at the end. And now let's kick that right leg up towards the ceiling. Pull your toes back towards your face. Stretch the back of that heel. Exhale, point your toe, bend your knee back down towards the floor. Inhale, kick your toe towards the ceiling. Flex through your heel. Pull your toe back towards your face. Stretch out the back of that leg. Pause. Exhale, back down towards the floor. Bend your knee. Inhale, push that right knee into that left ankle. Push your right heel towards the ceiling and your left toe back towards your face. Pause here and exhale. Both hands and feet back to the floor. Flip over into child's pose here. Into child's pose. Ideally, I would like you to sit with your toes together and your knees together so we can block off the front of this belly just a little bit and get a little expansion through our back. If your hips and ankles won't allow for that, you're going to pull your knees apart, right? And let as much of your belly fall to the floor as feels good. In this position, you're going to walk yourself out towards the floor. Let your chest settle onto your rib cage. Let your rib cage settle onto your knees. And if you have too much tension, either in your neck or in your armpits, you can fold your hands under your forehead, or you can stack your hands under your forehead and allow this lower back and this rib cage to open and stretch. You might have a little compression in the ankles or in the knees or in the hips. If at any time any of these are too much for you, just come out of the position and give yourself a break. Into this child's pose position. The more comfortable you get and the more space you have in your mid back and your low back, you're going to be able to reach longer and increase that stretch into your lats and these muscles down by your armpit, into your triceps, and down towards your hips. Okay, we're looking for stretch all the way through here. We're also looking to close off the belly just a little bit and inhale, trying to open that mid back and create space around the spinal cord and between the shoulder blades. Arms are out long. You're inhaling and breathing gently while I've been talking. Now let's focus. Reaching those arms out long. As long as it doesn't give you any neck tension, you can put anything you need to support your forehead under your head. This way you can support your neck and relax into the position. You're inhaling deeply and expanding, pushing that air into the backside of your body. Now exhale at the end and slowly pull all that air out of your body. Feel those ribs lift off your thighs. Pause here. Now inhale. Expand up into those shoulders. And then exhale. All the way out here. Let's do another inhale in this position. Inhale up into your upper back. Now exhale all the way out. Walk your hands around to the left so we can stretch that right rib cage. Shift your weight slightly into the right hip and think left rib cage to left thigh. Reaching around. We're going to take 2 breaths in this position. If this is too much for you, bring your arms in closer and support your head however you need. Reaching long, I would inhale into that right rib cage. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. And then exhale. When you completed the second inhale, take your time as you start your new inhale and work yourself around to the other side. Remember, if I'm taking these breaths a little too fast for you, take your time and slow down, or you can hit pause on the video. When you're ready, you're going to work yourself around to the right side. We're going to do 2 inhales and exhales on this right side. We're looking to stretch into that left rib cage. We're looking to shift that weight slightly into the left. And then inhale on the right. And exhale. Inhale, left rib cage. And then all the way out. Exhale all of that air out. Create a little bit of compression through your belly. Pause here. And inhale. As you slowly start working yourself back to neutral. Finish your inhale. Take a second. Allow your breathing to go back to its normal rhythm. And when you're ready, slowly pull yourself to hands and knees. Bring your knees hip width apart. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders. We're going to roll into cat-cow. We're going to do 6 rotations. Remember, when you push away from the floor, you're going to round your upper back, tuck your tail, and tuck your chin into your chest. This is called spinal flexion. Here's a great time to exhale. And remember, as you inhale, you're going to drop your chest. You're going to let those elbow pits roll forward. Lift your face and stretch your throat for a long inhale. Exhale. Push away from the floor. Inhale and arch your low back. Lift your chest for number 2. Exhale again, pushing away from the floor, rounding your back for number 3. Unrolling, letting your pelvis roll away, feeling the change of your shoulders, opening your face, opening your collarbones. Full inhale, round and push away from the floor. Long exhale, unroll, gently, slowly, feel the stretch at the base of your butt. Look up to the ceiling. Long inhale, push away from the floor. We're going to round and come into spinal flexion. This is also what we call cat. Pause here. Long exhale. And inhale. Lift your chest. Inhale. Arch your butt. Breathe into your butthole. And exhale. All the way away from the floor. Tucking your buns under you. Looking as tight as you can into your chest. And last full rotation. Look up, stretch your butt, inhale, push away from the floor. Remember to move those shoulders. And then exhale, full rotation. Roll those shoulders towards your ears, tuck your buns under. And gently release after you finish your exhale. Come back to neutral. All right, from here, we're going to go up into your down dog. Okay? So what I want you to think is you're going to bring your hands just a little bit in front of you, spread out your fingers. We want to get a good grip here. We want to try to use our whole hand. And then you're going to tuck your toes. And the idea is we're going to lead with our hips up and away. Okay, so we're going to go up and away. Now I want you to push back into your pelvis and load open into that pelvis, okay? Soften the knees, pause here, and just take a couple of breaths. Inhale, exhale. Look at your feet and line up your feet. Keep them about hip width apart. Let's do one more full inhale. And then one more full exhale. And I want you to think about loading into your right leg, drop into that hip, pause here, and now switch, load into the left, pause here, and switch. Pedal into the right, and pedal into the left. We're going to do one more on each side, transition, pedal back into the right, use the strength of your arms to open back through that right calf, right knee, right hip, and pedal over into the left. Hang out in the left, push your chest towards your thighs, sit back to the back of that ankle, and breathe. Pause here, rotate yourself back to the floor, lower your knees gently, take a breath, untuck your toes, slide back into child's pose, take an inhale here, exhale, pull yourself back into hands and knees, back up into down dog, push back into down dog, breathe here, inhale, step your left foot to the middle, lift your right leg and open your right hip. Pause here, take a breath. Spend as long as you're comfortable here. You can keep your knee as soft or as straight as feels good. Rotate your hips closed, set your foot down, step your right foot to the middle, lift your left leg, and open back through that pelvis. Use the strength of your arms, spread out your fingers, and focus on the inhale. Long exhale. Roll your hips back down. Come back down into hands and knees. Slide back into that child's pose. Take a small breath here. Exhale. Pull yourself into hands and knees. Step your left foot up so you're in a half kneeling position with your right hand on the floor. And then we're going to take this rotation and we're going to open for 3, thoracic rotation. Slide across, look, open. Sweep your arm across and look over your right shoulder. Sweep your left arm open, look towards the wall or towards the ceiling. Last one, 3 rotations on the side, over the right shoulder, open left chest, and both hands back to the floor. Come back to hands and knees, switch and bring your right leg back into half kneeling. Left hand stays on the floor, right hand is going to open into thoracic rotation. Pause here, look towards the ceiling, try to keep your hips level, and rotate back across, looking over that left shoulder, and open. Remember, we're moving from our sternum between our collarbones and not from our pelvis. Sweep and look over that left shoulder. Open again, push away from the floor with the left arm. Open, look over the right shoulder or up to right hand. One more full rotation. Sweep your right arm over in front of your leg. Cross to the left side. Left hand looks over left shoulder. And back open. Right side opens, pushing away from the floor with left arm. Look to ceiling. Finish inhale. Start exhale. And bring both hands back down into the floor. Take a breath here. Now, tuck your toes, drive back up into that down dog. And now I want you to think you're going to work your hands back all the way to standing. And you're going to sit yourself into forward fold. Spend your time coming to standing. In standing, we are going to take your hands up over the top of your head. Right, and then I want you to lean to the left and lean to the right. Now you can do the seated like I am, or you can do the standing, which is ideal. I'm going to adjust the camera here just a little bit so you can see what overhead looks like. You walked yourself from, so ideally this is how we would do this, is you would walk yourself back from down dog into forward fold. Pause, take your time standing up. So your hands over your head, and then lean your weight, and then lean your weight. Both directions. 3 times each side, sticking with our theme of 6s, and back. Remember to breathe, remember to really shift your weight. Slide your hips to the right as your hands go to the left. Pause, slide your hips to the left as your hands go right. Pause, and one more time. Slide your hips to the right, and then slide your hips to the left. Hands go the opposite direction of your hips. Release your hands, come back to neutral. Take a breath, shake it out. You're warm, here you go.